Okay, everybody, you are tuned into EFM 90.5, and it's time for the Midnight Rider. Okay, well, we're going to get ready to start the show. If this is your first time tuning in, I'd like to welcome you, of course. I'm your host, DJ Chad of the Midnight Rider. Tonight, being that it is Saturday, we are going to get into a segment that we do every Saturday night that is called DJ for a Day. DJ for a Day is a segment where I bring on a green, fresh Wangchobo DJ. Let them share the microphone with me here on the Midnight Rider. They get to play their own music. They get to talk about their own topics. So let's get ready to start the segment and see who we have got coming up next on DJ for a Day. Tonight on DJ for a Day, we have got a special treat for all of our listeners. Normally on DJ for a Day, a lot of Koreans participate in this segment. I get Korean workers, businessmen, students. I think it goes far down as elementary school students have been on this show. But tonight we have got two foreigners. It's a wonderful surprise here. They go by the names of Noel and Mark Cruz. They're from the States, and let's meet them. Come back home. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, really
Welcome
good.
to the show.
Yeah.
Wow. Seriously, this is an epic moment here on Midnight Rider because usually foreigners, couples, don't really come on DJ for a Day.
I thought you had one before.
We had one.
Really?
Before. It's
Wow.
been a while. Like it's true. Like this segment is really, really popular with university kids and with young adults. Like a lot of Koreans want to be on the show, but to be honest with you, DJ for a Day is pretty fresh. It's new for foreigners. So thanks for coming in, guys.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us. I feel pretty excited about that.
Definitely.
We're honored to have you in the studio. This is great. All right, so to kick things off, ladies first, I guess. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, I'm Noelle, and I'm 29 years old, and I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I'm a teacher at the Busan English Library.
Hi, I am Mark, and I am 32 years old. I am an elementary school teacher at Bomil Elementary.
Okay, now I got the on the script here. It says that your last names are both Cruz, and I'm assuming you're not brother and sister, are you?
No, we're not, even though
but we-
everyone thinks we are.
We do. We get that a lot, actually.
all the time.
Really?
Yeah, people say that we look alike. I think it's just because we have glasses and black hair. Even Koreans think we're
Yeah.
brother and sister. Everyone. Yeah, but no, we're married.
Okay, that's cool. Very cool. How did you guys meet?
In Tampa, Florida, there is a Filipino cultural festival called PhilFest. And I go to it every year. And so I went to it one year and I saw this girl and I was like, wow, that is a very cute young lady. And little did I know, she saw me later on in the day and was like, hey, that is a handsome gent. So we didn't know, but we were both actually checking each other out. And later in the day, in the evening, through a mutual friend, we ended up hanging out and playing pool. And from then on, it was just...
Magic.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history.
Very cool. Okay. Now, you guys, how long have you been married?
We've been married 8 years. This year in August, it'll be 8 years.
Wow. A Korean expression comes to my mind. They call it a campus couple. It's almost like you were young enough to meet in university and fall in love, and you've been married ever since.
Yeah, but Mark is really old. So I'm just joking. Sorry, I'm joking. No, but but he was out. I had just started university when we met, and he was already graduating.
Yeah,
so
I had just graduated.
well, it's okay. We're a campus couple. We'll take it.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, if it means anything, man, you look a lot younger than your age. I thought you were like 24, 26 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it when people say
That is
that.
sweet wins for me.
Yeah.
It really looks young. You guys have been married together for 8 years now, and just listening to you talk, you seem like you're just dating. You know, you got that like lovely, happy kind of honeymoon sound in your voice. And I was wondering, what do you feel are the keys to a successful marriage?
Well, for one thing, we always have at least one date night every week.
Okay.
But I think the main thing is probably communication and trust. If you can't communicate with your partner. If your partner doesn't communicate with you, it's very difficult to carry on with that relationship. You know, how do you solve a problem if you're not open and you don't trust each other? So I think that's the most impactful thing on our relationship.
All right. Now, living in Korea, where do you go for your date nights? Are there any places that you like to hang out in Busan for date nights?
We're always in Samyeon
Yeah.
because it's like so close. It's 15 minutes from our house, so we're always in Samyeon. But we always go to cute little cafes because, you know, as a couple, and we're older too. So we like to just kind of chill out and hang out and relax. So we do what a lot of Korean couples do is like, you know, go to cafes, have coffees, stare at each other lovingly across the table. No, I'm just joking. That's so cheesy.
That's it, but it works.
Yeah, no, but we, you know, we do a lot of movies because we love movies. And we actually, like, another thing that I think is good for relationships is that we're like best friends,
Yeah.
you know? So we don't ever get bored with each other. It's really strange, you would think, because even though we've been married for 8 years, we've been together for 10. And so,
Oh, gosh, I forgot about
I know,
that.
it's 10 years. It's crazy. But yeah, so we're best friends. Like, he knows everything. He knows me so well. And so he can tell when I'm having a bad day, and he knows exactly like what to do to like make me feel better that day. He'll be like, oh, do you want to go get coffee? Do you want to go to that cute cafe and get a slice of cake? And I'm like, yes, it's exactly what I want to do. And so it's like, it's perfect in that way because we're like really great friends
That's
too.
awesome. And
Yeah.
both of you guys are teaching in Korea too, so that's also something that you have in common. Did you plan to come to Korea together? Was it like your idea to travel overseas to teach?
Yes.
Yeah, it
Yeah?
was. It
Yeah.
was. It was. When we were in America, we were already settled. You know, we could have stayed where we were. It was very much like we had a home, we had our jobs, we were settled. Like, you know, the next step was like babies. But we had decided that like let's just drop everything, and because it's always been my dream to live in another country. You know, like I've always wanted to do that. And Mark is such a great husband in the way that he never holds back. Like, he's like, if that's your dream, let's do it.
Right.
You know, so even though it wasn't his dream necessarily, he was like, let's do this. And so, you know, he was such a supporter of that. And then it kind of became, I feel like it kind of became a dream of yours as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I had several opportunities to study overseas, but I could never take them because I just didn't have the money for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So then when this came along, I was let's jump on it because
Yeah. And I was already a teacher back home, so it was like kind of a nice fit for me. For Mark, it was a little bit more of a challenge,
Yeah.
but it's been amazing.
So how long have you guys been in Korea?
18 months?
Yes, it'll be
Yes.
it'll be 2 years in August.
And in the time that you've been in Korea, have you managed to travel to any other countries to get around? Because a lot of people that come to Korea, of course, the work is good,
Yes.
but they want to get out and see the world. And being that you're a couple that likes to do really unique things together, I would imagine that you've traveled to some other places.
Yes. When we got married, one of the main things that we promised each other is that we were going to travel somewhere every single year.
Right.
So for those, 8 years, we've traveled somewhere every year. But since moving to Korea, it's been like explosion of travel.
Right.
But we've been to the Philippines because we're both Filipino. So we went to the Philippines, England. We went to England and Scotland in August. And then we just came back from Cambodia in January.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Any interesting memories or places that really stand out in your mind, or any funny experiences?
Well, for me, I majored in English, so I'm a big literary buff. Like, I love books, and I love like British period dramas. So going to England and Scotland was like a dream come true. Like, I went to all of the famous places that we could have. Like, we went to Hogwarts.
Really?
The real
yeah,
Hogwarts.
the real Hogwarts.
Yes.
Yes, the real Hogwarts. It was actually the Harry Potter studio tour.
Okay.
But it was amazing. Every time I tell my kids that I went to Hogwarts, they're like, "Oh my god, teacher, really?" Like, yeah, they get so excited. But we went to the real Hogwarts, not that fake one in Florida. And then, yeah, I always tell my friends, I'm like, "You went to the fake one. I went to the real one."
We'll hit that up when we
Yeah,
get
we'll
back.
hit that back when we get back. So we'll be to both Hogwarts. But we went to the real Hogwarts and Pemberley. I don't know if anybody knows Pride and Prejudice, but I'm a huge Jane Austen fan, so we went to Pemberley.
Good. Very cool. All right. Well, take a look at the time here. We're going to run a quick song. And who would like to introduce the next song first? Okay, Mark?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to pass the microphone over to you, man, and tell us what we got coming up.
Hi, my name is Mark, and you are tuned into Busan EFM 90.5. I am your DJ for the day, and the next two songs we are going to hear are Chicago by Sufjan Stevens and I Found You by the Alabama Shakes. Check it out. Welcome back to Midnight Rider. I'm your DJ for a day, and you were just listening to Sufjan Stevens and the Alabama Shakes.
Good job. All right, we are in the studio tonight with our couple. We've got Mark and Noelle Cruz from Florida. Where exactly from Florida are you from? Did you say Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
of
I'm
course I
from
know
Tampa Bay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Not too much excitement. Yeah, I'm from Tampa Bay.
Yeah, go Bucks, or
No, Tampa Bay's cool. Tampa Bay's cool. I remember my memory of Florida was when I was, I think, in grade 5. My mom took me to Walt Disney World.
Okay, that's the best part, I think,
Yeah,
of
I
Florida
think
is Walt
so.
Disney World.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. Have you just random question? Have you guys been?
Of
Yes.
course,
Yeah.
many times. I used to, the Disney Channel?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when it used to come on TV, I would cry because I remembered my experience at Disney World when I was a kid. But I cried when I was a kid, not when I was older. That would be sad.
See, what's even more tragic is I never had cable as a kid, so whenever I would hear about the Disney Channel, I would cry. 'Cause if I wanted to see any cable, I'd have to like mooch my way into like a friend's house and watch it. I remember dying trying to watch Nickelodeon and Disney Channel. I was like,
That's awesome.
That is hilarious. Have you guys actually been to Disney World together as a couple? Did you ever go when you were older?
No, we've only
No.
been to.
Islands
do you know
of-
Islands of Adventure?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's much better than Disney World, anyways. That's where all the superheroes are. Yeah.
That's awesome. So for all of our moms, that's where you want to take your kid. All right, moving on here. I wanted to ask you a couple more questions before we take another song break here. Now, this one is a little bit about food. Coming to Korea, I know that you said that both of you guys are Filipino, so you probably have a very open palate when it comes to
Yeah.
Asian food.
Yes.
So when you came to Korea, how was the food? And was there anything bizarre in Korea that you ate, or just anything in general that was quite bizarre that you've eaten so far?
The food in Korea I think, is quite delicious.
Yeah.
Because back home, Korean food is so expensive. And so, growing up, I'd always wait for the day that my dad would take me to have dolset bibimbap. And, it would be like $15. And here it's so cheap. So, I was so excited to come here and eat the food. I don't think anything is too strange. But we've had really bizarre foods in other countries.
Okay, do tell.
Yeah, in Cambodia, I don't know if you ever heard of the show Bizarre Foods.
It rings a bell.
Yeah, with Andrew Zimmern. It's an American television show, but he eats a lot of bizarre things. And I remember his trip to Cambodia, he ate fried tarantula.
Whoa.
And so I was like, and he said it tasted delicious and like soft shell crab.
Right.
And I love soft shell crab. So when we went to Cambodia, I said we had to do it. And we stopped on this long 8-hour bus trip we made a 10-minute stop somewhere, and we just dashed in, grabbed this fried tarantula, and I ate, and we just gobbled it down, and it was delicious.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta set the scene because
I
it
just-
was we had stopped and so she pressed her face against the glass. She was like, "They have tarantula!" And so
I literally did.
so we
do that.
hopped off the bus and we actually got to hold the tarantula we were going to eat.
Yeah,
Oh, so
I
it's-
held it in my hand before I
Yeah.
ate
It's
it.
kind of like picking out your lobster.
Right?
Yeah. But it was really delicious, and everyone around us all the tourists came up and they're like, "Is that tarantula?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, they were snapping pictures.
They were
and
all
videos.
like, "Can we take pictures of you eating it?" And I was like, "I don't know you. Who are you?" But okay. And so I did. But
Yeah.
it was delicious. I was surprised.
That's great.
I would eat it again.
So what about you, Mark?
Well, we ate a lot of weird stuff in Cambodia. I feel like that was prime for eating weird stuff. But I guess something else. Well, it's fairly common with Filipino culture. But balut, I don't know if you've heard.
Is
of
that
it.
like the little bird?
Yes,
Like the little bird embryo? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
inside the egg.
Cool. I've seen pictures. I haven't eaten it, but it does make me kind of want to try it.
Yeah, it's really neat. Actually, her mom and I ate it together. It was a nice bonding experience.
Wow.
But yeah, it's really good. Actually, it is kind of weird when you think about the concept of it because. It's like an aborted duck egg, I guess they'd say. So that just sounds really bad. But it's really delicious because it tastes like duck soup in an egg. So you get kind of the soupiness first, and then you get the delicious duck meat after.
Right, and it's already sort of half cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they boil it, and yeah, it's...
I meant because it was already.
That's actually really funny.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. All right. Next question, guys. You guys are living in Korea. How long are your plans to be here? Are you going to be leaving in 2 years? Do you have a goal? When do you plan on going back to the States?
We're actually in our second contract now, so we're gonna finish the second contract out, and then sadly,
Yeah.
we're gonna go back home.
So,
Yeah.
what are your plans when you go back to the States? Are you going to do a vacation and
Oh,
then go
yeah.
back to the States? What's your plan?
So we'll finish out here, and then we'll go to the Philippines because my parents retired there. So we're gonna go visit them and just see all the sights in the Philippines. Maybe I'll eat balut. No, I won't. I will never do it. And then after that, we'll go to Australia because we have friends in Australia, and then we're gonna go to Middle Earth because it's a dream to go to Middle Earth, go to New Zealand. And then we'll stop in Fiji. So Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji.
That's
and then America.
And then when you get home, it'll be sort of like the come down.
Yeah, it's going to be the,
the reality hits.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's like now you got to be a real adult now. So I'm like I was telling Mark earlier, I was like, I have to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. I still don't know. And that's okay.
So when you guys go back, you don't have any plans yet for work? Are you gonna start teaching again? Like what are you gonna do, Mark?
I illustrate and animate, so I'm going to be searching for something in that field. Hopefully I can find a job. I guess I'm interested in doing either or, but I'll take what I can get right now.
Wow, an illustrator. Because in Korea, the animation is quite popular here. Like I heard The Simpsons was animated by Koreans.
Oh yeah.
Really?
South Park, their first season, I'm not too sure about now because I think they've got their own setup because they're mega rich. But their first 2 seasons were also animated in Korea.
Yeah.
There's a lot of animation that goes down in Korea. So you haven't really been trying to look for any work like part time in Korea?
Oh no, not here.
Not here.
Well, my hope is that because I've been living in Korea for 2 years, that I'll go back, maybe work for Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. They need someone to send overseas to Korea to talk to the Koreans about in-between animation, which is what they do. So maybe I'll be that guy. I don't know.
That's awesome.
That
That
would
would be
be
great.
cool.
And you could work for the company that you could never afford to watch. That is amazing.
You won't be crying
They'll
anymore.
be paying you. That's
Yeah.
good stuff. Very, very cool. Very cool. Okay, now a little bit of a deeper question here. Seeing the two of you together, I gotta say, it really makes me smile. You've got such a wonderful relationship. You're so happy about everything. You're traveling the world, and in a couple's way, I've got to say that you're living the dream. You are really, really living the dream. And in your opinion, what do you guys feel is really necessary for like a successful, happy life?
For me, I just always try to be optimistic. I always try to see the bright side. I know it sounds a little like, cliche, always look on the bright side of life.
Right,
But,
right.
Monty Python was a little bit right. Always look on the bright side of life because living life sometimes there's a lot of challenges, especially moving to Korea, not being able to speak Hangul or speak Korean. It's difficult. And I just always try to just think, this is just a way for me to challenge myself and to grow. And so I always just try to be happy and always just try to do my best because, that's the best that I can do.
All right, well, on that note, we're going to take a couple song breaks and we're going to come back. And I heard that you guys have got some questions to ask me. So, Noelle, would you like to introduce the next 2 songs?
Yes, I would. Hi, my name is Noelle, and you are tuned into Busan EFM 90.5. I am your DJ for a day, and the next 2 songs we're going to hear tonight are Go Do by Jeonzi and Love, Love, Love by Of Monsters and Men. Check it out. Welcome back to Midnight Rider. I'm your DJ for a day, and you were just listening to Jeonzi and Of Monsters and Men.
Good job. All right, welcome back, guys. We have got Noelle and Mark Cruz in the studio tonight talking about fun stuff, traveling, and I've got to say, they're a couple that, I'm going to have to say I'd love to hate because I'm so jealous of you guys. You guys have got an amazing life here in South Korea. Now, looking at the script and at the time, I think it's time where our guests normally ask a question to me. This was my writer's idea. Don't think like I have a big ego or something and I want people to ask me questions. But I heard that you do have a couple of questions you'd like to ask. Is that true?
Yes.
All right.
First one. Everyone has their own dreams and aspirations. So I was wondering, have you always wanted to be a radio DJ or work in the radio business?
Yeah, actually, when I was a little kid, I got like a little tape recorder. I had a little recordable tape recorder with one tape. And I would record myself pretending to be an announcer, like a news announcer or a weather announcer. And I recorded over it so many times that all the news got jumbled together into this like really messed up track.
Oh, wow.
And I found the cassette back in college and I listened to it and it was just hilarious.
Oh.
But actually, my dream to be a radio DJ was always set when I was young, but I had stage fright. I was a big chicken. I wanted to be in the drama team in high school. I wanted to try out for broadcasting, but I was too scared to talk in front of people. And I majored in graphic design. Originally, I'm a graphic designer, and the creative part of me came out in my field. And then when I came to Korea, broadcasting sort of found me. I was studying Taekwondo and I got introduced to a producer of a TV show just to have them study me while I was studying, being the foreigner.
Oh.
And it just started from there, and they just started giving me little jobs, and I went out as a television reporter and, did all sorts of stuff all around Korea, introduced different parts of Korea to foreigners on different shows.
Wow.
And then I believe about maybe 4 years ago, I was asked to host my own radio show for a different network, and I did that for a year or two, and then took a hiatus, and then I got called from EFM, and they offered me a full-time radio gig.
Whoa.
So it's really weird because the way that I look at it, it's sometimes, a person has a dream, and their dream finds them in the end. And that's kind of like how it worked out with me. It was really trippy because I never expected that this is where I would sit. And now this is somewhere that I even want to be when I go back home. So
Wow.
if I go back home, who knows?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that because a lot of my listeners might be upset. But
No, Chad, no.
yeah, but it's strange. Yeah, to be honest with you, I always loved it, but it never found me until I came to Korea.
Wow.
All right, well, taking a look at the clock here, I think it's about time for us to take another song break. So who would like to introduce the next song?
Hi, my name is Mark, and you are tuned in to Busan EFM 90.5. I'm your DJ for a day, and the next song we're going to listen to tonight is Midnight City by M83. Check it out. Welcome back to Midnight Rider. I'm your DJ for a day, and you were just listening to M83.
All right, welcome back, guys. We have got our amazing couple from the States. We've got Noel Cruz and Mark in the studio tonight. And looking at the time, we've got a little bit of time left to ask a few more questions. I was always wondering, what would you guys be doing if you were not in Korea? Like, you guys are teaching right now, but if you never had the chance to do this line of work, what exactly would you want to do?
I would probably still be teaching. Back home, I was a middle school and high school teacher. I did a yearbook. I taught kids how to take pictures and how to make publications. And I'd probably be pregnant.
I love your enthusiasm.
No.
Probably be pregnant.
Well, it's getting close to that time. It's crazy here in Korea. Everyone's always like, "So you have baby?
Yeah.
How long have you been married?" No, baby. Are you okay? Like, that's like, is there something wrong with you? No, just, enjoying life, living
Exactly.
life. Yeah.
We're going to get that back in the States, too, actually.
Yeah.
When we get home.
Well, when you guys get back to the States, are you planning on putting a bun in the oven?
Yeah, why not?
The tone goes up. Yeah.
That awkward moment.
I mean, yes.
We have plans. We're just
have
not
plans.
sure as of exactly when.
Yeah, it's gonna happen when it's meant to happen. I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah, that's the
So,
way I look at it. And don't
yeah.
let age throw you off. Like, I was born when my mom was 40.
Oh wow.
So, in my opinion, waiting is much better. My mom's even said the same thing to me. She says, when it comes to having kids, the later the better, because you have more experience in your life, you'll be a better
Yes.
parent.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
in that aspect, take your time. And men, we can have kids forever. So,
Yeah,
if he's older than you, it don't matter. I know
No.
guys like 85 years old that have had kids.
Charlie Chaplin had kids when he was 70,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
Charlie
right.
Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Mark? If you weren't in Korea, what would you be doing?
I would probably be still doing the same thing. Back in the States, before we came here, I was a video editor and an animator for a children's show. I guess you could call it edutainment.
That's what we do.
Yeah. And so I'd probably still be doing that. Coming here was a big shift, but still involved with kids. I think I can't escape that, so I think I've just accepted that I'm going to be doing children's media for the rest of my life, which I'm okay with because I'm a big kid, so...
That's awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, now the second question I wanted to ask, what exactly do you hope to achieve this year? It's 2013. Everybody's got their goals. People, make their New Year's resolutions. For you two, what do you hope to accomplish this year?
Well, right now, Noel and I are actually working on a collaboration project. It's a story about... Should I tell them the story?
Can you tell me, or are you afraid that someone's going to steal
just
your
a
idea?
little
Just a
snippet.
Okay,
Okay.
a little bit.
It's we're working on a collaboration story about a boy and a girl who leave their home, their comfort zone. So it's very similar to us, and go on an adventure. They're searching for this lost land, basically. And so it's just all about their wacky, crazy adventures on the way. And so it started off as a story and then morphed into a children's book, which, we are pretty much done writing. But then now it's kind of taken a weird turn into an animated web short. So we're trying to get that going. I'm working on storyboards and stuff. So we're going to try and get it out there. And hopefully, a lot of people will find it interesting. Maybe actually have it turn into an animated series.
That's great. Well, you got to hit me up with that when that drops.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. Good luck. That would be
you.
something amazing because the way that you guys live your life, you have so much vitality and energy. I really think if you put that into an artistic direction, you get a lot of good stuff out of it.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
great. Very cool. Oh, well, I hope to see it. I really
Yes.
hope to see it.
Me too.
And I promise that I won't tell anybody about it.
Don't do it.
All right, now looking at the time, of course, we got to get ready to go here, and I'm really sorry to say this, but I've had so much fun with you on the radio, and it's a shame that we got to quit so soon. But in closing, I was wondering if there was anything that you would like to say to our listeners, any shout-outs to your friends.
I just want to say thank you for having us on your show. It's
No
been
problem.
really awesome.
For me, I think I really enjoy what I do, and it's kind of like what you love to do shouldn't be determined by like how much money or fame or worldly desires you can acquire, but it should be determined by how much you love doing it. And so just keep doing what you love. Don't give up on your dreams, basically.
Nice, I
Yeah.
like that. All right, how about you?
I'm just going to say fighting.
All right, perfect stuff. Okay, well, listen, you two, I want to thank you so much for coming into the show and taking some time out of your busy schedules because I'm sure you have a lot of romantic, loving time that you want to spend together, and this by far is probably not that romantic. Being in a room with me, but thank
been
you.
awesome.
I'm
Sorry.
happy. But seriously, thank you so much for coming in, guys, and a big shout out, of course, to Noel and Mark Cruz for making this new DJ for a day very energetic. I love your attitude on life. You guys are such an amazing couple, and I
thank
wish you
you.
all the best for real.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No
Ooh,
problem.
ooh.
All right, so I guess the last thing is you got to wrap up the segment. So I'll pass the microphone over to you guys and finish us off in style.
Hi, I'm Noelle,
And I'm Mark.
and we've been your DJ for a day. We hope you had an awesome time tonight with us. And the last song we're going to play tonight is Below My Feet by Mumford & Sons. It was really great being your DJs, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.
You were cold as the blood through your bones, and the light which led us from our chosen homes. Well, I was lost.